Talos, welcome back. Hey, Omega and Eben and Static. Happy New Year. I am so sleepy. I am so sleepy, but I figured if I didn't stream, I wasn't gonna, like, stress out about streaming, because it is Sunday, and I don't normally stream on Sundays. But, I got the book! This is part 1 of the Elden Ring player guide. Part 1. This is part 1. Can you imagine? Nightcast! Thank you for the New Year bit! New Year's, new bits! I feel like my alerts are fucked up. My chat wouldn't... No. Why no work? I don't think so, was it? Did we do that? I feel like... Oh no, it's just not working. It's not showing up on Stream Elements either. Actually, I think something's fucked up because I tried to connect TC chat and I had to create a new token, and I went and clicked through to new token and it wouldn't, it brought me to a page that is completely black and it says gone. So... So I'm not sure about that, but anyway, thank you, Nightcast, and thank you, lady. I can scream. Ah! There we go. There we go. I did it, right? Generate token. Connect with Twitch. Gone. It just says gone. This is what the page looks like. Gone. So... Sorry. I think that's... potentially beyond me. Very possible that we often fuck things up, but that one I feel like is not my fault. You're wide awake, lady? Damn it. Yeah, we should have left last night. We stayed for 2 nights in Pennsylvania. Because we figured last night I'd stream and we could take the long way home. Grid had to be at work at like 1 o'clock this afternoon, so we still had to like get up and leave, which I don't know, but after I couldn't stream, we just like sat there, bored, couldn't fall asleep. Honestly, we should have just given up and left at like 11 o'clock at night because we would have been awake anyway. But, so I got no sleep last night. My mattress at home is a trash fire, but it's my trash fire and my back's used to it. Oh, it's the lens cap. My camera, I wondered where that was. But anyway. Hello, Sarah. Did I say hi, Sarah? Hi, Sarah. Why am I purple? But we had a nice family visit. It was nice to be not home. I'm always so sad. I hate leaving. In my head, I love going on vacation and just going anywhere and just being not home. But in practice, I hate sleeping away from the cats so much. I hate it. Well, it's not blinking. Oh, it's not blinking because we're actually done. See, I actually like travel, especially in the car. I love car rides. I love driving. I like it when Grid drives and I pick the radio stations. This time, I drove down and Grid showed me how how Android Auto works and how to connect it, voice connect it to your phone. I've very stridently refused to actually ever use voice controls with my phone, but this time I did that so that I was able to pick the songs as we're going down, and obviously I'm trying to pick songs that are like the maximum amount of psychic damage to Grid possible. I love driving. I do. I prefer to drive down rather than back. I don't ever want to drive back. I don't know why. Especially to where we go in Pennsylvania. Damn it, lady! Thank you so much for 70 months at tier 2. And it doesn't even make a sound. I need a whiteboard. Like, thank you. Wow. I got nothing. I don't know why it's broken, but I don't know how to fix it. And I'm very confused why my chat is different, so now I'm gonna have a hard time reading chat. But hey, Sandflea. I can't believe that it worked that one time and then didn't work again. Maybe, I don't know, is something gigantic streaming like the ball drop or something? I wonder. Okay, so I can't... Talos has been principling very well. I really love the puzzles. They make me so happy. Oh, well, that's easy enough. Okay, we just need to have blue available, right? So if we... Nope. Damn it! Fuck. I don't like this puzzle. Okay, so I need... Oh god. This rotating piece makes it really hard for me to, like, comprehend what the final step looks like. So I think I need blue to come around the outside. Somebody whose number I do not have just texted me a very interesting picture of a gigantic octopus Afghan that I want to stop everything that I'm doing and make right now. Neat! Well, I take it since all of you are sitting here watching Twitch tonight, nobody has any crazy New Year's plans. Making beans? Wow. Crazy. Oh, I'm only gonna get this one by accident. Well, I was right. That one, I did not solve that one. I just put all the pieces in the box and shook the box until, you know. Wow, Evan. You gotta rein it in. Actually, I've been bad lately. We've been staying up kind of late, like 1:30, 2 o'clock, which is not ideal for getting up at the time that I should be getting up. So I've been sleeping late too, which is not... I gotta stop doing that shit. Okay, so that's everything here. Alright, so we're done. We can go to... thingy. Grid is working a drag show at the theater tonight. He didn't think he was going to have to work it. He thought he just had to be there for, you know, the setup, but apparently they are... in need of more assistance. I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't want to misrepresent Grid. Grid has, you know, I believe he's even, like, worked at gay clubs as, you know, a bouncer. But, spending his evening running a drag show is not his dream. I'm kind of surprised, Evan, honestly. I've been having a hard time... Well, I'm not gonna say having a hard time, but I've been easily waking up at the time at, like, you know, 7, 8 o'clock. Most of the time. Except apparently the last couple weeks. Which sucks. Why did it let me do that? There we go.
Prometheus was bound for many years, his torment seemingly eternal, until one day, Zeus commanded his son, the great hero Heracles, to free the Titan from the rock. Why did Zeus relent?
How can you cannot ask why the gods do any fucking thing.
Is helping those you love more important than justice?
You cannot be asking me to base a moral philosophy on the whims of the gods. That's like a whole thing. That's like the whole basis of so much of— oh my god. I don't remember what the question was. Sure.
A foolish answer, honest and unconsidered. I hope you find the wisdom in it.
Well, fuck you too.
A time of dreams is at hand, creature of clay. To save your friend, you must do as Heracles did. But what will follow, none can see.
No, there are definitely not any right answers. You're absolutely right. I don't think that this is really gonna have any effect on—
Well, at least this part is consistent. The megastructure is opening again.
how the game is gonna progress for us.
All right, everyone. Assemble at the VTOL as soon as possible. Melville, keep an eye on the energy readings, please.
Is there anything else here? I don't think so. Do I? Can I not see it anymore? Hey, Dav. We're not sure? It was a Sphinx, but we don't really know why. It won't let me select it anymore. There we go. Oh, you're right. I don't like the menuing in this. I don't know why I keep having trouble with it, but I do keep having trouble with it. And like it's circular, so it seems like that is selected, right? So when you push a button, it doesn't do anything, but you have to move the stick to it. And I see that it is actually selecting the megastructure, but I think it's unclear. Alright. Well, I guess I'm assuming— I don't know where the other— oh shit, was the other one a laser puzzle again? Please don't be. Please, could we not? It is the laser puzzle. I haven't even found it, apparently. Or I'm too far away from it. There it is. Ay. Okay, so it's not green, it is red. I wonder if the writing is actually real and gives us any actual indication. Probably not. Alrighty. Well, let's check the ones on the top. Because this game is cruel, my expectation is that it's going to originate from the bottom. But I have seen no reflectors. I have noticed none. But we're kind of getting a little bit more complex here with what's it called? You know, when things have unnecessary outer texture. Greebling or whatever.
Hey 1K, what's up?
I don't know. Are you okay?
I don't know. Still feeling a bit shaken by Miranda's death.
It's okay to talk about it.
Thanks 1K. Maybe in a while. I'm still processing.
Okay. I'm here for you, buddy. I do this spiel every year, so forgive me if you're sick of it. Forgive me if you've heard it before and you're sick of it. But, so I don't do necessarily New Year's resolutions the way it is commonly held to do New Year's resolutions, which is, I'm gonna go to the gym and then I'm gonna feel bad about myself when I don't do that. That's like setting yourself up for failure. That's garbage. But I do really like kind of looking at the new year with a lens. You know, sitting down at the end of a year and thinking about how I would like to kind of approach either a change or a development or a something, you know? Not a concrete goal, because there's a lot of concrete goals in my life and I'm tired of them. But more like a, you know, I said lens. So, yes, using a monocle. You got me. That being said, I think I actually do have some specific skills I would like to try to allow myself time to focus on this year. Whoops. Does anybody have either an intention that they want to start the year off with, or like something they want to do this coming year? In language, yeah, well. Relearn linear algebra. Damn. Finally bleeding a born. You better, or else I'm not gonna know how to get through it. Alright, I don't think I can get this out of here. One book a month, nice. I gotta go to the library more often. I just read basically my first, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-coerced, my first non-fiction book that somebody else didn't make me read. Not a big non-fiction person, but I am a big continually rereads the Wikipedia article about Mount Everest, so I realized, hey, you know what? Somebody has wrote books about that. That's fucked up. Everest is fucked up. Don't go there. Green Boots is your role model. Mood. I really want to... I want to progress my understanding of fiber arts this year. I don't really know what I mean by that. I want to learn how to spin and weave and process fiber, but I don't quite know all of the steps that are involved, so I'm kind of being loose with that goal. And that's going to be something that I really have to allow myself time to get involved in. I couldn't put the Everest book down. It was like, I think I finished it in like 2 days. No! I think we're getting fiber. I think fiber's coming. The Verizon guy was close the other day, and Grid stopped and asked him what they were doing. And they said, installing fiber. And we were like, what? I don't know how to get this out of here. I don't know that I can get this. Oh, bite me. Oh, super bite me. Okay. My slightly more secondary goal is to allow myself time to play around with like Drag King makeup. I want to know how people do that. Seems like magic. Like, I'm very happy and confidently... I am very happy and confident in my gender. But I would love to be able to figure out how to look more androgynous, should I choose to do so. Oh yeah, absolutely. be cutting my hair in March, actually. Only pronouns will remain, alas. Anyway, I haven't really figured out a lens to look at the new year through. I feel like I've been in survival mode for a long time. Maybe a good lens for me this year is to figure out how to come out of survival mode. Shit, I don't know how I can see this from any other direction. I actually can't tell if this makes it through anyway. That does. Alright, well, let's leave here real quick. Maybe this is it. I'm glad we didn't bother to try to finish that puzzle last time. Because how do we fucking get in here? Yeah, this has gotta be it. This is very clear. And the puzzle's called Convolution. How do we do this? I don't know what that did. I remember having a really hard time playing Talos 1 in 3/4 view, or in, you know, not 3/4 view, in over the shoulder, behind the head, not first person. What is this? What is this called? This isn't 3/4. Full. I don't know. Full body. But this one, I don't know. I feel like over the shoulder is closer. Probably what it is. But this one I'm having a really hard time going into first person without actually feeling a little bit dizzy, which is weird. Not something I've ever experienced. Beanie, wherever you are, you've altered my brain chemistry. Honestly, it's probably because I started like this, and I had started the last one in first person, so the shift is difficult. This is not a puzzle. It feels to me like that should have opened. No, there's something, but I don't think there's any connectors in this puzzle at all. I think this was just cubes and teleporters, which is a big shame. Hey, Ogre, yeah, the music is really good. It really is. Devious. Don't love that. I don't know. I feel like these are kind of my least favorite. They're neat, but I'm just not super interested. I don't know. I want the parameters to be clear. Oh, is that just the blue on the other side? I need to know what that changed. It didn't appear to change anything on the tower. My assumption is it either changed this or it changed, or there's a reflector somewhere now. But it made no noise. Okay, this does not appear to be different. Alright, in the interest of not spending the rest of the year here, Can you give me a broad idea of locationally where the change occurred? On the top, in the bottom, near the tower. Okay. Let me check all the sides of it before I ask for clarification. Wow, yeah, I see nothing. Okay, can't decide if it would be logical or not if something changed in this puzzle specifically. So it doesn't appear that it... It's like charged. Oh, but now it's not. Oh, there it is. Jesus. Okay. Better not be on the wrong motherfucking side of the tower. That would be ridiculous and out of character if they just plopped a... Why? That sucks! That sucks! That sucks. That's bad. That was an accident. I should not have seen that. Oh my god. It's a good thing it was blinking. Well, flashing just a little bit, but damn.
There is no tool that is not also a weapon, and no human that would not wield it as one.
Did something break? From examining the data, I think it simply came down to not taking enough precautions. Clearly, protocols existed that would prevent such accidents, but she didn't apply them. That's the technical answer. If you're looking for something more philosophical, I think it's easy to mistake insight for revelation. She thought she was meant to discover something, as if there was some force guiding her, and so she discounted the outcomes that didn't match her expectations.
Wow, Melville, that was very, very insightful. Rather profound, even.
You all know I don't share Byron's enthusiasm for the megastructure. I don't know if the founder really intended for us to be here, and I certainly don't trust this Prometheus entity. But Byron is one of us, and we don't leave people behind. So we're finding Prometheus and freeing him, whether Pandora likes it or not. Here's how this mission is going to go. 1K, it's clear to me that you have some kind of special affinity for this place, and that the entities respond to you more strongly than they do to us. So, once you're inside, I want you to take point. Do whatever you need to free Prometheus, but remember that our prime objective is to save our friend. Melville, I want you to stay at the VTOL and let Yakut and 1K go in. I'm going to stay behind as protocol requires. I don't love the idea of sitting this one out. Byron is my oldest friend, but we're doing this by the book.
All right, I'm taking us in. Let's hope we can find the big guy.
Miss us? Yeah. Okay. on, I want to push them. Just a gentle push with my hand. Also, why do I not have a flashlight on my head? What is that green? What's green? In the elevator yet. Why is my ass green? What's in there? What's with the rocks? What is beeping here? From Eustathius to Athena. Dearest Athena, I don't know if you'll see this. You've become even more distant from the affairs of New Jerusalem than I have. I miss speaking to you and Cornelius, and I feel that some of your estrangement is my own fault. I know things are not as you would wish them to be, and the city is drifting away from that bold vision you established. This is not because of your leadership or lack thereof. You did not fail. I did. I know I've said this before, but the New Alexandria disaster was my fault. I'm the one who took the initiative, and I'm the one who made the mistakes. Yes, there should have been procedures in place, but it was my role to create such procedures, Athena, not yours. I wish I'd listened to Byron when he said we had to establish another settlement immediately. Learn from the pain, don't let it fester. He was right. That's where the rot set in, and I'm sorry. With love, Eustathius. From the author's note to Athena Reborn, a novel. If my work has meant something to you, if Athena had any kind of impact on you, if some story and wonder tales from the periphery moved you or made you think, then there's something about myself that I need to share with you. It's the only autobiographical fact I have any interest in sharing, the only thing about me that matters to you outside my work. Every breath that I take, and so every story that I write, is only possible because of technology. There are no natural remedies, no spiritual alternatives for what I was born with. My existence is wholly contingent upon a level of technological sophistication which was heretofore unimaginable, and which will in many ways define the coming era. When you long for a return to simpler times, you wish for a world in which I could not exist. If you're looking for answers, consider the fact that I was granted the blessing of this technology despite being born into poverty, and my writing never having been particularly lucrative. The civilizational structure I live within are arranged in such a way that this technology would be deployed to save my life. And are these structures not also, at the end of the day, a kind of machine? What is the state? What is civilization, if not a machine? Think about what this means, what this is. Is it systemic compassion? Is it liberation from nature? Is it equality of opportunity? Whatever your belief system, think hard about what it means that I am alive because of these machines, and I have created something that matters to you. Thank you for reading. Clockwork, excerpted from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. All the towering materialism which dominates the modern mind rests ultimately on one assumption, a false assumption. It's supposed that if a thing goes on repeating itself, it is probably dead, a piece of clockwork. People feel that if the universe was personal, it would vary. If the sun were alive, it would dance. This is a fallacy, even in relation to known fact. For the variation in human affairs is generally brought into them, not by life, but by death, by the dying down or breaking off of their strength or desire. A man varies his movements because of some slight element of failure or fatigue. But perhaps God is strong enough to exult in monotony. Is it possible that God says every morning, do it again to the sun, and every evening, do it again to the moon? It may not be automatic necessity that makes all daisies alike. It may be that God makes every daisy separately, but has never got tired of making them. It may be that he has the eternal appetite of infancy, for we have sinned and grown old, but our Father is younger than we are. It's strange. The idea is delightful, but it's also completely and obviously untrue. Well, that's one of the many reasons Chesterton is worth reading. He's wrong about a lot of things, but he's wrong about them in an interesting way. Such a shame, though. He seems to want to restore the magic of the world, but he can only re-enchant the surface, whereas the true magic, the perfect beauty that feels like revelation, is found underneath in what he dismisses as clockwork. Hey, Pugs! From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 680. New Jerusalem. That's the name that we picked. Am I sad that my suggestion didn't win? Maybe a little. But it's a good name. A fitting name. A name that we can be proud of. With it comes a new kind of optimism. Everyone is thinking of the future once more. I, for one, am glad that we've recovered our equilibrium and our determination. Athena and Cornelius are certainly bustling with plans and bright visions of the future, and when they tell us of those dreams of theirs, it's hard not to be drawn in by the pretty pictures they paint. Speaking of which, I'm becoming more and more fascinated with ancient human art and thinking about our own role in taking the next step in that long history. Citizens of Gehenna found meaning in art, and they were imprisoned. A free people should be able to accomplish so much more. I don't know. I mean, I know they indicate errors, and I know the 5358 is repeating, so that probably indicates an individual causing some errors. But nothing in this has so far hinted to me a complexity of the kind that I would expect the game to break out of the meta. I might be wrong.
Hey, I found another elevator. My favorite.
Oh my god. Somebody gave you depression. I'm sorry, Yakut.
Once again, I have no idea where I am. No sign of Prometheus so far. Hope you're doing better, 1K.
Yeah, I just... This has fewer secrets than the last one, which is fine, because also the secrets were not secret parts of the game, they were secret parts of...
But look at the size of this.
It as a game.
How can all of this be one machine?
No.
This is what you get when one machine builds a bigger machine, which builds an even bigger machine.
You can sit right
That's
there.
our whole history, isn't it? The whole history of humankind. And it's not just machines. It's science, it's literature. Knowledge builds on knowledge.
I mean, I guess I could be wrong. I could feed it into some kind of... I don't know, does Hex have numbers and letters? Could feed it into some kind of converter. Maybe it does actually say something, but I just think it's supposed to indicate corrupted data. Oh! Well, shit! It does actually say stuff? Well, then I take it back. Damn.
Be careful, 1K. We don't know what's down there.
A big-ass man is down here. Ooh, some titties. Shit. Huge man. It's not even my joke. I'm not allowed to make that joke. It's a good joke, though. Sure. Ow. Why did it seem like it tightened them? Boo. Oh, it did tighten them, and then it loosened them again. Okay. I mean, if it had to do with Zeus, it was definitely some kink shit. Keep going so far down. There's only 5 dealies, right? It's stressing me out.
I don't think you can get up here, 1K. Guess I'll have to do a puzzle after all.
Oh my god.
It can't be that hard, right?
Oh my god.
It's not like everyone is depending on me.
Oh my god. You are currently the worst part of humanity. You have to get your shit together. You need to put on your big girl panties. You fucking robot. You have an idyllic life. You can't get hungry or feel pain. I'm sorry you're having one existential crisis. Get a job.
This has to connect over here.
Stop taking my puzzles. I want to solve it.
if I do this, and then that... What? I did it! Wow! I feel really smart. Also, never doing that again.
That should have hit something and really fucked the day up. Yeah, there's no way. I am super smart and so good at puzzles. And God's favorite. And this dumbass solved it faster than me? No, I don't think so. Is that supposed to be the in case you missed it? The in case you didn't get it? Probably. Oh. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Where did I come from? Zeno, once again, you can sit next to me. 2 + 2 and he fucks it up 3 times consecutively before. Not you, you're so smart. Hey, don't patronize me, Mom. No. Absolutely not. Under tension? No. Even greased up. That is bigger than me. Is canceled on behalf of physics. How did I get in here? Oh, well. Death Warp. Pro strats. You're welcome. The KY and KY jelly like stand for something? glad that's gonna be in somebody else's search history and not mine, so... Thanks, Pugs. It really was Kentucky. Wow. Oh, we can confirm that neither of these myths are true. LOL. Why does Kentucky fuck you? Like... Really? Oh my god. I don't like this. This is sucky. Why can't I jump on some of them? I guess it's only this green one. Nope, it's gotta be the... This one's gotta be last. I guess I could go up. No, I can't, because I can't get over this corner. So, yeah, this has to be... Yay. Great. Honestly, most of them are so apparent to me that I just kind of don't really know how to solve them. You know? Like, I don't know how to work at those. The couple that have stumped me are just kind of... Cannot remember which side down is. Had too many, you know, too many video game pro/antagonists like ritualistically crucified lately. I mean, it's only happened twice, but parkour! Hardcore parkour! Contemplated just jumping off again because I really didn't want to backtrack. Wurmst. Okay. Sure. Sure. Got turned around for a second, forgot where I was. It's no big deal. See, I think every time one of these sparks in there, it should shit down a Prometheus spark for us. Even though the game's almost over. I think that would be thematic. That would be very cash money of them. Shit! I missed. My bad. You thought I was gonna do it again. I don't remember. There's a 4? That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Maybe it's actually a diamond. Maybe there's 4 more planes under the fucking dirt. I don't know. Identify your assumptions. That's what the game taught me. I love how that orb has its own atmospheric sound.
I thank you, Son of Man, for breaking my chains. Too long has the flame been hidden by fear and mystery. It is time to put away these childish things and for you to know the truth of the Alpha and the Omega, of the beginning and the end. I will send you visions of the truth, but remember that prophecies are a heavy burden.
New Jerusalem sounds like such a beautiful place. So, how did you decide to leave? I know what we're trying to accomplish here, and I believe in it. But for you, New Jerusalem was home. What changed that?
It took me a long time to realize that something was wrong. Oh, I'd noticed that something was off, that something had changed since the early days, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. So I ignored it. And then one day I woke up to realize I was no longer Athena. Instead, I had been transformed into the Founder, a remote figure of legend, mythologized in my own time.
But if it bothered you, couldn't you just talk to them? If you share the truth with someone, they should change their mind, shouldn't they?
Oh, I wished it worked that way, Miranda. I really do, but I barely knew the last generations. In the beginning, I was there for every birth. I explained our history, talked about our future, but at some point, I got so busy building that future that I lost touch. They thought of me as a remote figure because that's what I was.
But can you change that?
I tried, but they already saw me as the Founder. The myth was too powerful, and it was already taking on a life of its own. I'd set a goal of 1,000 citizens. The number was arbitrary, just a nice round number, nothing more. But just like I became the Founder, it became the goal, another part of the myth. And maybe that could have been all right. Myths are a part of who we are, but something else crept in. The old human self-hatred.
So why didn't you just tell them to change? To go a different way? They would have listened to you.
No, they would have obeyed me, like my siblings in the simulation had obeyed. And that's when I realized I had to leave.
We can show them the future, Miranda, but we can't force them to accept it.
That's a cop-out. Athena, I think that's a cop-out.
I have it. After all this time, I have it. I finally have it. The mechanics of the cosmos. From quarks to galactic filaments. Everything that makes the world what it is.
Interesting that we can't find her in this one.
In a single equation. The key to understanding the machine that is the universe and to controlling it. A theory of everything. And she was right. The language of creation is a melody, and it's beautiful. Every future is possible now. Every future, except one with Miranda in it. I can do anything, except bring her back. Or unbreak Cornelius's heart.
Really interesting that she was not present physically in that one.
Byron was right. The Founder was always a fiction. She's just a person.
A theory of everything. She solved it. She solved the last puzzle.
You need to get out of there. We'll talk about this later.
Oh, really? Well, it seemed very appropriate to me, but I'm willing to believe with our wiggling trees that it was a glitch.
All this time, we thought we were honoring Athena, but all we did was betray everything she believed in. She must have been so lonely. We might as well have exiled her. Maybe that's what all this is about. The puzzles, the towers, the entities. It's a test. A way for us to prove that we're worthy of her legacy.
Yeah, but I've always found them with
Finally, it all
relatively little
makes
wiggling
sense.
before.
Anti-gravity.
But yeah.
Photosynthesis. Teleportation. It's not just one new technology. It's control over physics. Manipulating the base layer of reality itself. Rearranging the building blocks of the universe. If we can gain control of the megastructure, we can do anything we want. I'm not even talking about our energy problem. We can build anything we want. We can go anywhere we want. It's all up to us.
That's what Athena wanted for us. To give us a chance to be who we want to be.
Well, we didn't find Byron.
Okay.
All good. I'm taking us back now.
That's a relief. Meanwhile, there's been a development. You'll see when you land. How are things on your end?
The energy fluctuations seem to be dying down. Looks like the system is coming out of lockdown.
Good. Let's hope we don't regret this.
And these energy clouds just fly about? That seems terribly dangerous.
We haven't had any problems so far.
Except for losing one of the first companions, of course. No, I don't blame you, Al. I know what he's like. And I'm the one who agreed to all this in the first place. That's why I had to see it for myself. It is dreadfully imposing, though, isn't it? Hard to believe the founder would build something so sinister.
The mayor's here?
Well, this should be interesting.
Go away.
Ah, 1K. Welcome back. I'm sure you're surprised by my presence here. Don't worry, neither I nor my advisors will be getting in your way. But I decided that I need to see this place for myself. These visions sent to you by the entity that calls itself Prometheus are deeply concerning, of course. But we cannot take them at face value. In fact, it's crucial that we do not do so. We cannot simply abandon all that we believe because of a dream, no matter how vivid.
Actually,
No. If the founder really built all this, then it must have a purpose. It must be a test, designed to remind us of the trials that created us. But what is she trying to tell us? What are we being tested for? I believe that Byron's fate shows us the dangers of temptation. As Elohim attempted to deceive Athena in the simulation, commanding her not to ascend, so Prometheus is deceiving us with his visions.
I feel like the game up until this point has been effectively hammering home the point that humanity, meaning us also outside of the game, have this, self-deprecating mindset of everything that is natural is good and everything that is human is bad. Simplified, of course. And I think that is a very insightful point to make, and I'm glad that I was presented with it. This part makes me think should just torch it. Just torch it. Just fucking turn all of us off. Just turn it. Stop. Just kill us. Doesn't matter. Everybody's an idiot. It's over. I don't remember what he said. I'm not sure I agree with your interpretation, Mayor.
Of course. It's only natural, given what you've experienced. And perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps everything we believe about the Founder is indeed a lie. But let's not be quite so pessimistic just because of a dream, shall we?
A dweem?
After all, can it really be a coincidence that you came along on this mission? It seems to me that you have been chosen.
Oh my god.
You are the fulfillment of the goal. Don't forget that.
I don't even have a name yet. I'm Baby. Oh, you're here. Great. Oh, I'll balance your force, all right.
How's the system looking, Melville? Any obvious changes?
It's still a mess, but things are clearing up. I can access some of the subroutines that I was locked out of before. Nothing is obviously malfunctioning, I think.
Does it still accord special significance to 1K?
Yes, it recognizes 1K as a user. I'm just hacking things.
As I suspected, the Founder sees you, 1K.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Krunk. I'm just taking that point to a further conclusion of perhaps we also should, you know, all die.
I hope they're looking after the dam while I'm away.
Well, you haven't told me much about yourself.
That's because I find such conversations boring.
Okay, noted. Why did you decide to come here?
Given Byron's disappearance and the political struggle surrounding the Somnodrome, it seemed logical to adjust my priorities.
Okay, do you think the goal is a myth?
It's a myth, it's a symbol, but mostly, it's just a goal.
What's your vision of our future?
Holistic, tech-assisted, communal utopia. I'd settle for nudging the needle.
Fair enough. What are your thoughts on the theory of everything? 42.
Not totally implausible. I wouldn't be able to resist taking a look.
How was your relationship with Byron?
We respected each other and I supported him. We had our philosophical differences, of course. He placed much greater emphasis on the individual than I did, but overall I think he was our best bet. Still is, I hope.
Interesting. I was really hesitant to get into this because I don't like being pressed into something that I don't know is what, I don't know what it is. I don't want to be part of a fucking secret-ass cult. I just want you to tell me and then let me make a choice. So I was resistant to this subplot. And then talking to her in text didn't make me feel any better. But she shows up and is just very straightforward and seems like a person I can get behind right now, so that's kind of interesting.
What can I do for you, 1K? I believe that journalism serves an important function in our society, and I'm dedicated to reporting the truth with accountability and responsibility.
You think the goal is a myth?
As a journalist, I think the line between speculation and disinformation is too thin for me to engage in guessing games.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the theory of everything? You're not going to tell me.
It's a complex issue, and I think it should be left to experts.
You just don't feel like having any opinions, right? What does responsibility mean in the context of your work?
It means understanding that I can't just publish things without considering their impact. Serious disruptions to the social fabric of New Jerusalem could endanger lives. That's not journalism anymore.
Who are you referring to, Crunk Crier? I don't disagree with that, with the statement, someone in this situation who can admit to a malleable viewpoint is good. I think that is a solid statement. However, oh, great. Okay. Great. Because that's where I was going. That is where I was going with that, yeah. God, my thumb is just the wrong... My thumb is wrong. Somebody fix my thumb, it's wrong. It feels wrong on the joystick, it's wrong, and I just washed my hands and I can't. Servitor, alright. Why doesn't it continue? Yay, new mechanic, I guess.
I know you're all thinking about the goal and the theory of everything. Is the past what we thought it was? is the future what we want it to be? But the only thing that's real, at the end of the day, is the present. And right now, what matters is that our friend is lost and needs our help.
Very solid statement.
The reason I have always admired Alexandra Drennan is that even in death, she fought to see the world as it is, not as she wanted to see it. I say fought because I believe this is not an easy matter. It is a mental and spiritual struggle that we must undertake with great seriousness, even when we are joking. The ancients believed that for most of us, the world is a shadow cast by a flame, dimly seen on the wall of a cave. Our task is not to interpret these shapes, but to free ourselves from the cave itself.
I never understood fireworks on New Year's. Well, I guess I never understood backyard fireworks on New Year's, especially around here where it's fucking cold. Thank you. Damn. Do I need that for any reason? I don't think so. Alright, so... Probably right. Yeah, okay. Nope, just kidding. I don't think I can do this. Bullshit. Not you, Zeno. That is still too short. No, this isn't gonna work. Sit down. Rose? Yeah, you know. It's alright. I don't like it that Grid's not home. And he's probably not gonna be, but... you know. We can do what we can. No, he's running a show at the theater. That he didn't think he was gonna have to run. Okay, we're starting to get weird deer. Jesus, I forgot that there were other robots here, and I'm like, why is there a humanoid thing walking in the woods? I was just thinking of two-headed deer. The goal mega thread. Oh lord. Alright. I recognize many citizens feel the need to discuss the visions experienced by 1K, which suggests that perhaps certain aspects of what we have hitherto believed about the Founder and the goal may be inaccurate. However, given the controversy surrounding the subject matter, I will ask everyone to be particularly careful in how they express themselves. I think we have final and irrevocable proof that we've strayed from Athena's original vision. I agree, but I'd like to submit that even if that weren't the case, deliberately engineering an energy-poor future would still be a disastrous and misanthropic idea. How do we know any of this is real? Athena's voice is just Alexandra Drennan's. I could switch to the same voice pack right now and record myself telling you that the goal is the truth. Ovis makes a good point. Objective truth is not a concept that can be applied to the world we live in. Fine then. Fine, then we can just collectively decide to believe in something else, right? Doesn't even have to be Athena, let's just believe in Byron's ideas instead. Byron's ideas are a teleological fantasy. But if it's all arbitrary, what does it even matter? I just don't buy this whole goal thing anymore. Byron was right. Does it matter what Athena believes? Honest question. Let's say the Founder's a myth that was constructed around her. In that scenario, what do we owe Athena at the end of the day? I think an apology is a good place to start. Not an answer I expected, but you may be right. Maybe it's as simple as that. Or, none of this matters because it's actually aliens. And that, of course, is Robot 420. Amazing. That's great. Getting run into by deer.
What can I do for you, 1K?
You could leave. Tell me about Cornelius.
Cornelius is responsible for many innovations. He helped create the designs for the upgraded body you inhabit, although the Founder chose to remain in her original configuration. But in recent years, he had settled into a life of quiet scholarship.
He does bug me.
So it seemed.
Dino, hi. Hi. Could the theory of everything be used safely? I don't really care about your opinion to this, but I feel like I have to ask all the questions.
Let's assume for a moment that we could use it safely, which I doubt. Does that mean that we should? Is it right for us to dominate the world? We value our own freedom. Should we not also value the freedom of all the living things with which we share this planet?
Who's running the city while you're gone?
My chief aide, Jeremy, is in charge for now.
Great.
It's good practice for him, in case he decides to run for office one day.
Great. Jeremy, great. Okay, about the Founder.
Not now. Let's have this conversation at another time.
No, that was Jock.
You still
That's
have
not
a lot
420.
to do. Better get to it.
Jeremy is the mod. Jeremy's the forum mod. I'm sorry. I got really out of sorts. Oh crap, I don't have a hair tie, do I? I hope this time one of the deer has a fucking... reflecting point off it. Automatic doors. I don't think I care for these floating platform shits. Okay, so it can't be this one. It does feel like it should be wrong. It feels like it shouldn't work like that. Oh no. You know, I almost kind of want to... Well, I don't want to do Talos 1 again because I want to play it by myself and I want to work on doing that, but... I did want to get the VODs up.
Can we talk for a second?
Sure, buddy. No options.
I'm still struggling.
I know.
I was really hoping we'd find Miranda alive.
I know.
Her way of seeing the world was so inspiring. And the idea that I can never get to know her, that she's gone.
I'm sorry.
I guess I've never really been good at dealing with death.
You are immortal robots.
Maybe because it's so rare in New Jerusalem.
Probably.
Except for pets, and even in that case, I find it very hard to deal with. I still miss my first cat, and it's been over a century since she died.
See, at this point, if it were me, I'd ask what her name was. Because that's, you know... Death is difficult to deal with.
When someone dies, it's this void. I know I should just let it go, but some part of me refuses. And I feel like that part, It hurts me, but it also keeps me human. And I know it would be healthier if I said, okay, Miranda is someone I never met. She's just a bunch of glitchy old files. But if I do that, as rational as it seems, it feels like I'm surrendering something. Something that matters.
You can't have this conversation with me right now. I'm sitting here playing this video game in my fucking grandfather's sweater. Like, come on. Come on, buddy. I don't feel like any of these are... My way of dealing with death is to use and celebrate the things that they left behind. As evidenced. Let go of the pain, but still care about the person.
I hope so. I can't right now, but maybe I can get there somehow. Anyway, thanks for talking to me, 1K.
Gave that robot depression. Alright, I wanted to ask you something else, I guess.
Of course, go ahead.
How's Bruce?
I hear he escaped Pellegrino and peed all over Melville's workshop.
Amazing.
So apparently, he's doing great.
Love it. You love to hear it.
I miss him, though.
King shit.
I always feel like the fact that he likes me is a huge compliment. Lifts me up somehow.
Okay, what do you think about Mayor Hermanubius, speaking of peeing all over your shit?
I think he's done his best. I don't disrespect him, but I'm not sure he's leading us down the right path. Despite everything that's gone wrong here, I'm not sure we should just reject what the megastructure has to offer.
Do you ever think about the future?
On the one hand, there's so much we could do with the theory of everything. So many lives I could live. I have enough ideas for the next, 20,000 years, easily. And that's just from 5 minutes of thinking about it. On the other hand, Miranda's gone. So much hope, so much grief. I don't know how to balance that.
Do you think the goal is just a myth?
Honestly, I'm not sure how I couldn't see it more clearly before. It doesn't match anything Alexander Drennan believed in, and continuing Drennan's legacy was Athena's whole point.
Alright, tell me something irreverent.
In the ancient year 1969, a band called Mellow Macaron wrote a psychedelic rock song about the Talos Principle. It's called Cretan Bronze Man's Flying Mystery Adventure.
I think I need to look that up. Nice.
I don't know if it's nice, but it's definitely the most understandable song on the album.
No, I was talking about the year.
There's another one which is called The Fish People Will Teach You How to Sing, Mr. Allen, which is 20 minutes long and was recorded underwater.
Hell yes. My kind of band.
I think you need psychedelics to enjoy it, really.
You're a robot. What are your
Maybe
psychedelics?
You stick your head inside a really large magnet.
Okay. Asked and answered. Alright, well, just now that you've solved a puzzle, do you want to try another one? I hope you say no.
Nope, but at least I finally understand why Athena wanted to get out of the simulation so badly.
Fair enough. I don't know why I'm suddenly so obsessed with my hair. Sorry. Nature's healed. I fixed it.
Everything all right?
Let's just dive right into it. What do you think the goal's a myth?
It's possible. I won't trust Prometheus until he actually leads us to Byron, but yeah, seems likely. But even if it is a myth, that doesn't mean we can just abandon it. Myths can contain elements of truth, and I think this one exists for a reason. Maybe we had to create this imaginary founder because the real one lost her way.
You know, you have so much food out there. Are you sure?
It's the only way I can explain what she's built here. She got wrapped up in her ideas and lost all sense of perspective.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the theory of everything?
People have thought they understood everything before. Obviously, Athena has unlocked tremendous powers, but forgive me if I'm skeptical that her theory really encompasses everything.
Fair. But what if it does?
Then I don't think it's something we need to know. We're not going to find happiness or meaning in some equation, 1K.
What do you make of Crier?
Byron couldn't stand him. Have you ever tried asking the mayor a difficult question, he used to say? But I think he does an all right job, to be honest.
Did you ever deal with the mayor's advisors?
I try to stay out of their circuits, and they try to stay out of mine. Helga is an old friend, but the others, they're not my crowd.
How do you feel about the mayor?
He's smarter than people give him credit for. There's more to some folks than meets the eye, you know.
Okay.
You know, when I decided that we should call ourselves human, I did that because it seemed like a powerful symbol of our continuity. But the truth is, and I'm ashamed to admit this, I thought we were better than them. I thought we understood the value of civilization, and we wouldn't repeat the same mistakes. But the simulation worked too well.
We're not just like them. We are them.
We really are.
But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, Athena. We may have the same flaws, but we also have all the potential they did. Everything that Alexandra Drennan saw in them is also in us.
I hope you're right. I really do.
1K, listen, I wanted to ask you something. From your perspective, as someone who's still new to our society, do you think New Jerusalem betrayed Athena?
New Jerusalem isn't monolithic.
It's not, you're right. And Byron and a handful of others stood up for Athena. But what did I do? Just kept working. The occasional sarcastic remark isn't resistance.
Oh.
It's not fighting for something. It's just thinly disguised apathy.
Woo! Spicy take there for a video game. Whew. If you believe that you were wrong, make different choices.
I will, but it's hard not to regret the past.
What do you want to do with your future?
I'd like to help make New Jerusalem the city it was meant to be. And then I'd like to help build new cities. On Earth and up there too. Cities nobody's ever imagined before.
How do you feel about Major Hermanubius as a leader?
When I think about the state New Jerusalem is in, he's put us all in danger. I don't know if he really believes in the goal or if it's just a convenient myth, but I don't care. This is not how you build a living civilization.
Where do you think Cornelius is?
I don't know. I suspect he's around here somewhere, biding his time. But what he's waiting for, not a clue.
Do you think the goal is a myth?
Yes, of course it is.
Why was it so easy for people to believe in the goal?
Because there's no effort involved. Building a better world means taking responsibility. It means making choices and living with their consequences. Surrendering to nature is just letting go.
The, like, hitbox for selecting those is way too big, in my opinion. Like you could probably have done this with fewer steps too. This feels wrong? I don't know. Well, because it is. It's not bath time. It doesn't need to be bath time. Thank you. Just getting gently like nudge, 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 nudge. Alright, let me take a quick bathroom break and put Zeno somewhere he can take a bath in peace. Hang on. I went to the bathroom and he followed me to the bathroom. What a good boy, I guess. Oh my god. Oh, fuck off. Damn. That sucks. solution, just differently applied. Please don't let there be a...
What impact do you think the megastructure will have on the future of this island?
It depends on what we do with it. Miranda used it to spread life, to make things better. We can do the same.
And yet, poor Miranda lost her own life doing so.
She just made a mistake. She couldn't wait to show everyone what they discovered. We can be more careful.
And it was her prerogative. You know, you don't actually need to be touching me every moment. You do actually. Like, I love you so much and I missed you yesterday. I'm not sure how. From Arkady Chernyshevsky's Inner Likeness, Essays on Humankind Reaching Adulthood. War is the crudest, most obscene human activity. It may be justly called an abomination, for it is the absolute negation of conscious human will. There's only a single cause of war, for all the endless deceptions that are foisted upon us, and that is the acquisition of resources. Varied ideologies are constructed to justify this crude behavior, this childish degeneration of thought and communication, but history reveals the ruthless, unflattering truth. We imagine crusaders as fanatics of a cause willing to die for their religion, yet the Fourth Crusade culminated not in the conquest of Jerusalem, but in the looting of Constantinople, setting the stage for the triumph of the very enemy the crusaders claimed to oppose. Why? The answer, as with every war, is the same. It is popular amongst the ghouls of the establishment and their misanthropic friends in the intelligentsia to ascribe the persistence of war to human nature. But a careful observation of facts reveals the opposite to be true. Individual human beings must be broken in order to submit to war, their minds disordered by ideology and their bodies by poverty and ruthless training to make them compliant. Without force, the majority of human beings only seek to protect themselves and are traumatized by the act of killing. But if it is resources that are the core cause of war, then it's only the... Wow, I can't fucking read today. But if it is resources that are the core cause of war, then it is only the production and distribution of resources that an answer may be found. It is not enough to morally condemn war. We must work to prevent the material issues that endanger us all. From Gouda to Athena. Dear Founder, I'm afraid that we're losing our humanity. We're angry at each other, always disagreeing about everything, unable to forgive each other for being different. I don't know how much longer, and I don't know what could save us. Please help us, Founder. Yep. That, in fact... Resuming trial with new protocols, energy output contained, no errors. Hyperbolic growth, advanced synthesis, lossless conversion... From Byron to Athena. I just wish I knew why you didn't tell me. From somebody to Alexandra Drennan at Ian. Who do you think you are playing God like that? When Mother Nature has finally found a way of getting rid of us, you come up with this harebrained scheme to keep our destruction of the planet going? Just try for 1 second to think about something other than your own arrogance and hubris, Alexandra. Try to imagine what you're really doing here. Without your robotic perversions, the future looks beautiful. No more humans murdering everything in their path. The skies clear up, the stars become visible again, the rivers stop being filthy, and after a few decades, they're full of fish again. Dolphins and whales roam the seas like their ancestors did. The cities turn into jungles. Bats nest in the skyscrapers where hedge fund managers used to ruin lives. The Earth lives on as it was meant to, peacefully and quietly until someday in the distant future when it all ends, like it was also meant to. Or we take your path. We continue our rampage. We place ourselves above the animals. We think we know better than Mother Nature. We violate all boundaries. We ruin all purity. Perhaps we even defy death just so that we can keep spreading our filth. And we spread to other planets just to do more of the same. And in the end, what have we left behind but plastic and radiation? Think, Alexandra, isn't it better for beauty to return to the Earth? For us to acknowledge that intelligence was a mistake, and to gracefully exit while we can? Stop this. Go spend time with your friends and loved ones before the end. Let it go. Let us all go. Just let there be peace. I don't understand how someone could hate humanity so much. This person must have been full of sadness and frustration to write something so ugly. I've tried to understand it as well, but I still don't. Against the Athenians and Socrates alike. From the complete work of Straton of Stagaria, in killing a philosopher for asking questions they did not like, the Athenians committed themselves to a tragedy with an ironic ending. Some will say that his true crime was his friendship with Alcibiades, the shameless deceiver of idiots and buffoons, and the insipid brute Critias, and then he was executed as an enemy of democracy. That he was the latter can hardly be denied, for Socrates asked not too many questions, but too few, or he would not have survived the rule of the 30 tyrants. Yet in the end he got what he asked for, a tyrannical decision made by would-be wise men against the spirit of freedom, which he obeyed like a knave. And the Athenians, in fulfilling his wishes, strangled the roots of democracy while seeking to preserve it. Ouch, no wonder Straton wasn't popular. People who speak the truth at all times rarely are. Happy New Year's, Dark Grey Moon. It is so crazy to me, even just thinking back, 15 years, that we're all sitting here in different time zones, experiencing the new year on a rolling scale, So cool. From Thekla, beloved founder, know that I do not believe any of the lies the expedition is spreading about you. Somebody's right. This Prometheus illusion is just a test. We will resist temptation as you once did. We will not disappoint. Praise your name, Thekla. The History of Athena was first published as Athena, a novel, and retained that title for its first 3 printings, now highly sought after. After a lull in popularity, it was reprinted as Athena Reborn, a novel. This edition retained the same text, but included some of the author's poetry. The next edition, however, published long after the author's death under the rather embarrassing title Athena's Truth, included severe cuts and drastic changes to the text in the interest of updating it for modern audiences. This particularly affected the last chapter, Anthropogeny, which the editors accused of scientism and human supremacy. Since wonderkind Alexandra Drennan was one of the few to come to the novel's defense, writing in a long essay that the novel's clear-eyed belief in the value of Athena's journey towards humanity had been essential to shaping her own views, encouraging her to pursue science as a vocation rather than a career, and that changing the text consulted an attack on the author's unique artistic and philosophical vision. Alex, who hurt you? LMAO, one of the editors commented on a popular social media platform. Nadia Sarabi of the Institute of Applied Nomadics also got involved in the discussion, backing Drennan, resulting in a long but unsuccessful campaign to oust Sarabi from her position as head researcher. In the current context of ecological catastrophe as evidenced by the recent extinction of the orangutan, clumsy editing aside, do the critics of the novel perhaps have a point after all? Is a philosophy that places humans above nature and sees science and technology as the only valid tools the cause of our troubles? What about other ways of knowing, other ways of living? I've missed the whole point on purpose with malice aforethought, Thekla. Perhaps with stubbornness, I can, Yes, Happy New Year. Like, you have friends. I bought you 2 other cats. Well, I didn't actually pay money for either of them. And one of them was here before you, so... Yeah, it's just braids. You know I love you. He yawned halfway through that meow. From Arinia to Athena. Athena, I know that we didn't have the greatest relationship, and I frequently antagonized you. The truth is, I resented you, resented this mythology of the Founder. I thought you'd created it deliberately, as a way of controlling us. I wanted so badly to be free, and you seemed to stand in the way of that. Zeno, not on my lap. You can sit next to me. Only after you left and the cult of personality grew even wider did I realize it was actually a burden and an impediment to you. When they turned your myth into the opposite of everything you actually believed, started tearing down your dreams in your own name, I realized I'd wronged you, and now I'm less free than ever. I feel the walls crushing me. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. I don't know if coming back would fix things, but I'm sorry. From the Atlas Variations by Athanasios. After 1 billion years, when Atlas had grown old and tired of holding up the world, he was faced with a dilemma. Heracles, son of Zeus, was on his way to the garden of the Hesperides to claim the golden apples, which were guarded by the dragon Ladon. Zeus came to Atlas and promised that if Atlas helped Heracles slay the dragon, Zeus would free Atlas from his burden. But Atlas, seeing the beauty and innocence of Ladon, beloved of the Hesperides, could not slay the beast. Instead, he stole the apples and gave them to Heracles, so he was condemned to bear the weight of the cosmos for another 1 billion years. But though Atlas grieved for his freedom, he was comforted watching Ladon flourish in the verdant garden. Joy and beauty. From the soul of man, sympathy with pain there will, of course, always be. It is one of the first instincts of man. The animals, which are individual, the higher animals, that is to say, share it with us, but it must be remembered that while sympathy with joy intensifies the sum of joy in the world, sympathy with pain does not really diminish the amount of pain. It may make man better able to endure evil, but the evil remains. Sympathy with consumption does not cure consumption. That's what science does. Christ made no attempt to reconstruct society, and consequently the individualism that he preached to man could be realized only through pain or in solitude. The ideals that we owe to Christ are the ideals of the man who abandons society entirely, or of the man who resists society absolutely. But man is naturally social. Even the Thebaid became peopled at last. And though the Cenobite realizes his... Is it Cenobite or Cenobite? Realizes his personality, it is often an impoverished personality that he so realizes. Shallow speakers and shallow thinkers in pulpits and on platforms often talk about the world's worship of pleasure and whine against it, but it's rarely in the world's history that its ideal has been one of joy and beauty. When you tell people that a society could be built on the ideals of joy and beauty, they think you're a utopian fantasist. If you tell them society will always be built on exploitation and greed, they think you're wise, and so they make the outcome inevitable. Formative cynicism has always been the hallmark of adolescence. But has there ever been a society of adults? Can there ever be one? Why is this childishness so extremely powerful, more powerful than joy and beauty? With an S, Cenobite, Xenobite? I'm still not quite sick of them. I think the point's been made. I think we've made the point. I think I get it. Juno is now tenderizing my ankle. Nuisance. Hopefully. Guess I'm not clear why. That's why. Fair enough. Yeah, I think this one, I have to agree, this one is less difficult. I think there were some puzzles that in the first one were just beyond me. Well, I can't say I think. I definitely had help with puzzles in the first one. Whether or not I could have solved them given enough time and not trying to do them on stream, I can't really say, because that's not how I played it, but but at the same time, I'm almost kind of like, it doesn't feel like these puzzles are as tight. Maybe I'm wondering if I'm misremembering, because I definitely feel like some of the puzzles in the first one were like too picky. Like you need to fucking line them up like you're threading a needle. It feels like this one kind of circumvents its own mechanics sometimes in a way that doesn't feel like reminding you to question your assumptions, but rather just making shoddy mechanics. I definitely feel like this one could have gone a little harder. Feels like there's a mechanic I'm missing, or a piece that I'm missing. I can't move this by shooting it from one that's sitting on the top. I don't remember any of the puzzles from just their names. I feel like I should make it move, but that doesn't... Hey, ah! Boring. Yep, this is like, okay, fine, it's clever, it's whatever, but applying this is really boring. Right, that feels like the best I can possibly do. Nuisance, alright. Oh, this is not the intended answer? Really? Oh. Oh, that's good. Because it sucks. Okay, just kidding. I take back my my dislike of this particular puzzle.
Clever.
Really wanted the race strat to work though. I wonder if it can. Oh man, I should have made cookies today. I really want to eat cookies. No, put down. Fucking God. These platforms just absorb every possible input. Really? Really? Motherfucker. you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, these later segments are just... The inputs are not behaving. I don't know.
Excuse me. I was looking at your research log, and I was rather perplexed by the latest upload.
Oh, Melville strikes again.
Is that your foot, Melville?
Yes. Do you want to see it up close? Although you won't be able to fully enjoy it as you don't have a rear camera.
Sorry, Mayor. Melville just has a unique way of taking pictures.
Next time you're getting an upgrade, you coot. I'm installing a mute button.
I love her so much. I think I forgot to read all of these. I managed to extract the following text string. I'm always struck by the degree to which our ancestors, in the years before the end, struggled with sincerity. They became poisoned with irony, unable to parse any information through anything except a thick layer of alienation. This left so little space for any kind of intellectual authenticity that they seemed to exist in a state of permanent agony. Ironically, that in turn made them extremely susceptible to the few sanctioned forms of sincerity which acted as a means of social control. There's a gap, followed by, there's something equally damaged in our own estrangement from our humanity. We mimic the forms and behaviors of our human ancestors, but we don't act like proud inheritors of the human condition. Everything we do gets filtered through this perpetual awareness of their shortcomings, to the degree that we act as if our existence was one of their failures. Author unknown. Whoever it is, I understand what they mean, but disagree with their conclusion. This perpetual awareness isn't a form of alienation, it's a way of learning from the mistakes of our species. Unpleasant, but necessary. Yeah, I definitely think... I don't know. I like playing games where I am a human walking with a controller. I like playing games, if at all possible, with a controller. It's easier on all my extremities. I just personally enjoy it more, but I think if I had it to do over again, I think I should probably have played with a mouse and keyboard.
Father, what is my purpose? Do I have a purpose? Mother says purpose is something we choose. But I feel like there's something there. Something that's been there from the moment I was born. Maybe even before.
Well, there are many ways of looking at this, and everyone's experience is different, so you'll have to make up your own mind. But I have a little theory, if you'd like to humor your old man.
Of course. What is it?
The universe is eternal, but it's always lost in a deep, dreamless sleep. You are a tiny little bit of the universe that's suddenly woken up, and you've realized that being awake is better than being asleep. And that gives you a purpose.
And what is my purpose?
To be, Miranda. Just to be.
Wow. Okay, so that is a test, and it occurred. That's really it. That's it? Wait, were you expecting me to fail that one, or...? That is one Elden Ring ass painting. To understand what humanity is capable of, what it means to flourish, we have to look at the golden age of Athenian democracy. The list of geniuses who lived in Athens at this time is so long it's almost inconceivable. Pericles, Sophocles... Oh, I'm not reading all these. Euripides, Herodotus... Plato, Socrates... Hippocrates, Aristophanes, Aristotle... And the list goes on. These are the people who changed our world history. Without them, there's no Stratton of Stegaria to inspire Alexandra Drennan. Without them, we do not exist. Was it a perfect time? No, undoubtedly not. But listing the flaws obscures the greater truth. Given the opportunity, given freedom and resources and space to grow, human beings are capable of incredible things. It would mean everything to me to walk the roads where these people once walked, to stand where they stood, and to think about the world as they dared to. Don't like that that's there. Oh, it's also the red. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We've got this. Excuse me? Fucking inside a tree? Bite me. Thank you. Nice. Yeah, it is easy to rack up those dollars on Steam. It sure is.
The founder has a remarkable gift for designing these trials. But then, she did have to overcome Elohim, whose very purpose was to design trials.
No idea what that corresponds to. Well, it said in one of the research logs that I did that I ignored, because they're unintuitive to fucking get to. Almost every artificial structure on this island was printed into existence in some kind of energy to matter process, or maybe by different versions of that process, some earlier and less effective. I can only assume that the megastructure itself was created by bootstrapping, having one machine make a bigger one, which probably means you could create a relatively small device that turns itself into a complete megastructure, or you could make a machine that just deploys more and more of itself and builds something. City in a box? Depends on the power source, I guess. I'm glad we're brought together by our collective disdain of one particular robot. Shattered section of a device used by the ancients to communicate over vast distances. At the height of ancient human civilization, most of human species was part of a single network.
I see these beings, these children of a future age, wandering around an island more fantastical than Atlantis itself, looking desperately to find themselves. I reach out to them, but they cannot see me. I speak to them, but I do not know if they can hear me. Am I being punished? Are the gods playing some cruel trick on me? Why can I remember so little? What is this sorrowful voice I hear, whispering such terrible thoughts? I must use what remains of my mind. I must understand.
Huh. Interesting. Damn it. Okay. Can't do this. Nope. Yoink. Man, we are cooking with gas. At least until they take away our stoves.
An excellent solution.
Suppose we can go a little bit over time, right? Just a moment. I remember that line in Braveheart, yeah. Going. From selected archive documents A through C, we live in a decaying system, which in turn produces ideologies of decay to justify its existence. No matter what cultural signifiers they get packaged with, the ideologies come down to the same material result, a future in which, for the average person, there's less of everything. To paraphrase Mark Fisher, we find it easy to imagine the decline of civilization than to imagine a civilization worth living in. Those of us who still believe that humanity can thrive, that there is a path forward other than willful or accidental decay, are out of sync with the system. No matter how we phrase our arguments, they will be perceived in terms of whatever cultural signifiers the listener opposes. It's deeply frustrating. Depressing, even. Infuriating, or it's a deeply frustrating, depressing, even infuriating situation. But what can we do except patiently explain and hope conditions change? In other words, what can we do except have faith? This was written only a few months before the discovery of the virus. There was no time for conditions to change. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 882. It's been a while since I last wrote an entry in my journal. Much has changed in New Jerusalem. We've put up a good chunk of the planned living quarters, and the old storage facility has been converted into a movie theater, of all things. So we still argue a lot, but now it's mostly about which film we'll be watching next. Other construction efforts are going well, too, although we've begun to run out of readily accessible resources. Our scavenging expeditions are ranging further and further afield with each passing month, and the sites they have reported on sound truly marvelous. One day I want to go see for myself. It's a good thing in that regard that we'll be getting 2 new citizens soon because everyone is as busy as ever. More hands to help us build our future. I can't wait to meet them.
How is this supposed to work? The system is meant to last centuries. Centuries! And yeah, Chernyshevsky's plan, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I'm working with hardware that was deliberately designed to fail. Planned obsolescence, baby. Selling broken garbage just to make another buck. A buck you can't even spend because in a few more weeks, we'll be extinct. Was it worth it? That's the part that Alexandra doesn't see. The greed, the stupidity, the selfishness, the way that we created this whole situation in the first place. She wants you to be like us. But if you ask me, there's a whole lot of human history and behavior you can just throw away, chuck it in the trash, right? You have a chance at a fresh start. Make the best of it.
Happy New Year, Dark Grey Moon. I hope you enjoy. I actually don't... I think I hit my limit of, like, I don't want to solve puzzles anymore. I got into this one and I was like, nah, I don't wanna. I don't feel like it. So I guess this will be a good place to pick up next time. I wonder if we... I don't know, it does seem like we... It does seem a whole area takes us a stream, so I think we maybe have one or two more streams before we finish the game, but I think we're getting close. We're getting there. For any of you who did not catch the away stream the other day, we will also be playing Final Fantasy VI. Don't yell at me, internet. Don't yell at me. And then I still do want to play Signalis, but I haven't gotten the chance to actually go get it, so we shall see. But Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this night and all of the nights. So many nights! Horrifying! I hope you have a wonderful, happy, stress-free, calm, healing New Year. And I will see you all probably tomorrow, frankly. See ya.